Hello everyone. Welcome to Marking Up with HTML for Beginners. I am Amit Kumar and this is section 3 HTML basic tags. In this section there are 4 tutorials: tutorial 12 headings and paragraphs, tutorial 13 lists, tutorial 14 some more about lists, and tutorial 15 importance of semantics. So this is tutorial 12 headings and paragraphs. So let's begin. So HTML provides 6 heading elements starting from H1 till H6, and each element represents a different level of content in the document. Now we have created different documents and we know that there are different headings to different paragraphs and to different topics. But there is always one heading, one main heading to our whole document. Similarly, from H1 to H6, H1 represents the main heading, H2 represents subheading, H3 represents subheadings, and so on. So there are total 6 H1 to H6. You can clearly see here in the code part, I have written programming perception. Actually it's 6 times, and this is the output of the same. You can see H1 is having the highest size and H6 is having the lowest size. Well, we know about these 6 headings, but we should take care while working with headings, and what are the things that should be taken care of? I will explain it within few minutes. But before that, let me talk about paragraph tag. Now paragraph tags are also used in text, where H1 to H6 are used to give headings. P tag or paragraph tag is used to provide paragraph in our document. Now both headings and paragraph tags are block level elements, and we have already discussed about block level elements in one of our previous videos. Now structural hierarchy. Now here I have mentioned some rules we should follow while giving headings and paragraph elements. Now it's up to us what the elements involved represent, if the hierarchy makes sense. What I mean to say that it's up to us. We can give as many H1, H2, H3 tags in our document, but we should follow best practices while creating HTML documents. One of the main reason for this is these documents are going to be a global page which can be accessed anywhere throughout the world. So that's why it has to follow some specific best practices. Now, few best practices I am telling you which you should follow. Like, there should be only single H1 per page. We should not give more than one main headings, right? One document will contain only one main heading. That's why. And second thing, while providing headings, different headings in the document, we should follow the correct order. Like, we should not use H3 to represent subheading and then H2 to represent subheading. We should aim to use no more than 3 headings per page. So definitely we can have as many headings as we want, but I insist don't use more than 3 headings. Like if you are using, you can use H1, H2, H3 or H2, H3, H4 and similar to that. But don't use different varieties or all varieties of headings. Why? Because it becomes difficult to navigate in those documents. Benefits of having structural documents. Now, what is the benefit of having structural documents? So the first and the important benefit is it makes easier to read, especially to the end user, right? Search engines indexing our page consider the contents of headings as important keywords for influencing the page's search ranking, right? When you are optimizing your page for search engines, then it is one of the best practice to have headings in proper structural manner. Definitely search engines will find those pages very fast. Now, severely visually impaired people, they can't read web pages, right? So what they do if they really want to see the web pages, they use a software known as Screen Reader, which actually reads your web document with the code. So definitely if we are following structural document, definitely it would be very easy for the screen readers as well. Now to style the content with CSS. In our previous video, I have shown you how you can link your CSS file, right? And if you have seen that CSS file, we were accessing these elements over there to provide style to them. And similarly, we can even make our content interactive if we are providing structural documents, right? So it makes reading easier. It helps in the search engine optimization. It helps the screen reader. It helps CSS and JavaScript to link to our HTML page. Now it's time to see heading and paragraph practically. Okay, so I have created this folder tutorial 12 over here. Now all the programs of section 2 and section 1 are part of these folders. Now if we talk about tutorial 12, inside this folder I'm going to create a file where I will show the headings and paragraph. So let me use Control Alt Shift H for this macro. Here I will provide a title as headings and paragraphs. And here in the body, I will use those headings and paragraph to show the output. So let me put the code first. So you can see I have created here 6 headings from H1 to H6, and similarly I have created here one paragraph as well. Now you can see I have changed the line while printing in the paragraph, right? But these will not make any change because I told you about white spaces, that these white spaces has no effect on the HTML page. So right now I'm saving this file. So we'll go to the desktop in the marking up with HTML tutorial 12, and I'm naming it as headingpara.html. So here's our file, and now let's see the output. Let's go to run, launch in Chrome, and you can see these 6 heading ranges and this paragraph. Even I have changed the line by writing down the code. In the output, it will all come in one single line because they are part of a single paragraph. If you want to change the paragraph, you can open and close it like this. So if I will create one more paragraph, definitely they will come in 2 different lines. One more thing I should mention, like paragraph need not to be closed. Even if you won't close the paragraph, your HTML page will understand that, okay, with a new opening P means the previous paragraph is closed here. If I will save it and if I will run, it will make no change on the output. Now, if you want to change the line in the paragraph, right? So you can use BR tag. I have told you about this empty element. So this BR tag can be used anywhere in the HTML document wheresoever we want to change the line. So if you are using it in the same paragraph, definitely it will change the line. So you can see that. So that's how we can use headings and paragraphs in our page. And that marks the end of this tutorial. Hope to meet you in the next tutorial. Till then, thank you and happy programming.